So yeah, what about X.AI Grok? That's the big question. Now, if you're like me, you've heard about Grok in the past, that yes, this was some new and cool AI that Elon Musk had created. And regardless of what you think about politics and Elon Musk, let's set that aside and focus on the technology. Now, the thing here is that my channel generally tries to focus on AI that people can access for free. I have nothing wrong with getting those subscriptions if you can afford it. If you have budgets for it, great. I recommend that you have that because you have much more power there. But I want to focus on free tools that everyone can access. Now, sometimes I'll come out with a video about some new technology or some new level of success with AI, such as with OpenAI's 3.0 model. But besides that, I want to focus on free AI. Now, the big thing here is that Grok AI from X, it is now free. There is at least now a free tier. This came out just about a month ago where they've now released a free version. The way that you would access this AI is by logging into your Twitter account, formerly known as Twitter, now X. You would go in there, and from there you would have access to Grok, which is the AI from Twitter, from X. You would click on that, and then you would have access to another AI. Now, I want to make sure that you understand that the reason that I'm telling you all this is because, yes, this is another AI, but it is another powerful AI, powerful AI. In fact, if we look at the leaderboards, you can see that Grok is on par with some of the big names that are out there. ChatGPT, yeah, you can see it's right close to it. Gemini from Google, it's very close to it. And this is coming from a model that was released in August. So this model is multiple months old compared to some of these newer models, and yet it's still holding its own within the leaderboard. So that's an important thing to keep in mind as well. Now, what can it do? What is the capabilities of this? Well, the big thing here is that it is very powerful with text creation, meaning any type of text, whether that's writing something out or code, as well as image generation. So here's a couple of examples. So I went in to first try its image generation. So with that, I went in and I simply gave it a prompt. I said, create an image of a male and female professor in graduation regalia, shaking hands with a shiny futuristic robot who is graduating. The robot shakes hands with one of the professors and gets a diploma from the other professor in a nice university auditorium. So the results from that are pretty good. They're not too bad. In fact, I think I like this image here. So here we see, yes, it's a male professor, a female professor, and he's graduating. Don't really see the diploma. Maybe it's maybe the female professor is holding it, but we do see a nice shiny futuristic robot, and it definitely looks like the robot is graduating. So I took this to the next level, and then I uploaded that image again to the AI and saying, hey, use this image and create some text. So here's the prompt that I used. I said, based on the attached image, create a cool short story full of AI literacy and drama, as an AI-infused robot is the first to officially obtain a degree from a university. And sure enough, it creates a very nice story. It impressed me with how good the story was, in that it seemed very compelling. Yes, it had some nice drama in it, and it was just really nice and very comparable to the capabilities of ChatGPT. I would definitely say that it was on par with it. I love how this starts off too. It says, in the grand auditorium of the University of New Dawn, the air buzzed with an unusual blend of excitement and skepticism. Today wasn't just any commencement ceremony, it was historic. Amidst the sea of caps and gowns, a figure stood out, a sleek, shiny robot named Ada, the first of its kind to graduate with a degree in AI ethics. And then I also really love the way that this ended. I'm going to read you just the last paragraph here, okay? Because I think it's really cool. As Ada stepped off the stage, it wasn't just a robot with a degree. It was a bridge between humanity and the future of AI, a symbol of what could be achieved when technology meets ethics, when machines learn not just to do, but to understand why they do what they do. The university had not just graduated a robot, it had initiated a dialogue between the soul of silicon, the ethics of electronics, and the literacy of AI in a world increasingly shaped by both humans and machines. I really like that. I thought that was pretty impressive, very creative, and it was a nice blend. Now, the big thing here is that the prompt that I used was, hey, use that image as sort of a source, and then the rest of the information there is to make it sort of dramatic and a nice short story. And I think it hit it out of the ballpark. So this is a little bit different in that this is somewhat of an all-in-one in that you can create images directly from Grok as opposed to having to go to another separate AI. So I'm going to give it a prompt, and the big thing here is that it's a lot looser with some of the restrictions. So notice the prompt that I'm giving it here, right? I say, create an image of Elon Musk having lunch at McDonald's with Albert Einstein, Superman, Mahatma Gandhi, and Wonder Woman. Now, the big thing here is that there's a lot of copyrighted material there, right? In that McDonald's, Superman, Wonder Woman, those are all copyrighted bits of characters and a company there. So the fact that I'm able to give it this information and it's going to actually give me a response, that's really powerful just in itself. So here's the response that I got. Notice four very interesting different types of images. Some of them got it kind of wrong there, and that you see Albert Einstein wearing a Superman outfit, uh, Gandhi wearing one, Elon Musk wearing one. We see all sorts of weird configurations. But the big thing here is that we do see one that's perfect, and that's this image here. Notice that this image gives me exactly what I asked for. This is a great picture of, hey, all the people that I said, they're there, they're eating lunch. It looks sort of like they're at McDonald's, but I don't know. I don't see anything that has the McDonald's logo, but I definitely see all four of the people that I asked for. And this is a great image. It's very realistic. I would say almost photorealistic. So that's really powerful in itself also. So I was really impressed with its capabilities, but I wanted to give it a little bit more. So here's another prompt that I use. I say, please act as a university instructional designer. I am teaching a class on professional communication and am now teaching a module on conflict resolution. How can I best teach this topic to make it more hands-on, impactful, and motivational? I want my students to learn this skill deeply because it will greatly help them in the work environment. Do you need any other info to give me the best answer? The results are excellent. It's very, very concise. It gives me good information, such as understanding your audience, their background, making sure that I'm focusing on the actual learning objectives, which is great. And then it talks about lots of different interactive techniques that I could use, such as case studies, bringing guest speaker, role play. You know, I'm very big on role play, so this was awesome to see this. All sorts of different possibilities that I could use, all sorts of different ways that I could use technology or without technology, different ways that I can have them go through and really do hands-on learning. So I really like the fact that, yes, it was able to do things like creative writing, but it was also able to really think things through and give me a logical answer for something such as helping me within my course, right? Talking about hands-on learning. A previous post, a previous video that I made here talked about using your end of course evaluations and how AI can assist you with this. So this is a prime example how AI could assist me with enhancing my course. So I really want to recognize how good of a result that I got from Grok, from X.AI. So this was really powerful. At this point, some of you might say, oh, okay, so this is another AI, but I already have ChatGPT and I have some other AIs. Again, remember that this AI was very comparable to ChatGPT in the way that it scored. So the power is that we have a very powerful AI comparable to ChatGPT here. So that's one thing, comparable to Google as well with their new Gemini. Now, there's still more though, right? Because we have to keep this awareness of this AI because it's going to continue to be a major player. What do I mean by that? Well, Elon Musk has just built a supercomputer, and this is basically the most powerful computer in the world with its capabilities. A report from Yahoo Finance says that this is located in Memphis, Tennessee. It currently has 100,000 graphics processing units, GPUs, and was built in 122 days. For this kind of project, it would typically take months or years to build. If that weren't enough, last Wednesday, December 4th, we learned that Colossus, that's the name of this supercomputer, is about to get a lot bigger. The Greater Memphis Chamber announced that X.AI will begin expanding its supercomputer to hold at least 1 million GPUs. The GPUs are used to train X.AI's chatbot Grok, which was the first product to come out of their startup. Now, this is big news. This is powerful because this is most likely going to mean that Grok will be the most powerful new AI out there. You see how they're leapfrogging off of each other, but the fact that now XAI will have the most powerful computer and it has access to lots of great training data set, right? Not only can it purchase training data set because they have lots of funding, but they also have access to all of Twitter. That's one thing. And then they also have access to all of Tesla, meaning that all of the training video being used to train the vehicles to be autonomous, that can all be fed into it as well for different aspects of its training. So there's a lot here that can make it super, super powerful. I just want to be sure that this is still part of your overall awareness of the capabilities of the different AIs, so that now we can go in and choose what AI we want to use for different situations, as well as being aware of the new powerful AIs coming our way. Now, I also want to make sure to do sort of a little comparison on access and costs, right? So right now, when you go to ChatGPT, this is what you have as far as payment possibilities. We have free, plus, and pro. So this is all what's available with OpenAI ChatGPT. Now in the free plan, you have access to basically GPT-4. That's what you have access to, whether it's the mini version or the regular version. It's all limited access, but you do have access to that. And very powerful, great tool, awesome. But GPT-4 is what you're accessing. Now, if you are a Plus member with ChatGPT, well, then you would also have some access to its O1 model, O1 and O1 Mini. So that's really what you're paying for there, is that you have that access and more access to the voice and the video inputs as well for the visual capabilities there. And of course, there's a Pro version, which is $200 a month, and you get more access, more capability there. Again, extended access, and also now access to their Sora. So this is a paid feature to create short videos through AI. Notice you still don't have access to the O3 model, so that is still not available to anyone yet. That's still sort of in production, in development. Now let's compare that to XAI. So with XAI Grok, what you're paying for is Twitter, so to X, right? Because this makes you a certified member of X, Twitter. With a premium plan that would cost you $80 a year, which if you divide that up is actually $7 a month. So that's way less than ChatGPT. And with that, you get full access to the Grok 2 AI assistant, right? And the AI assistant there, they define it as a leading AI assistant built into X that can help you answer questions, write code, do research, and generate images. What are the limitations, you might ask, as far as the free version of Grok AI? Well, there are some limitations. Forbes wrote a nice article about this earlier this month that talks about the specifics associated with the free version of XAI's Grok. So with this, you can use it for up to 10 questions every 2 hours. So that's 10 questions that you post to the AI, and you're limited to 3 image analysis and 4 image generations per day. So when you ask for an image generation, it'll give you 4 images, and then when it's talking about image analysis, that means that you would upload an image and then it would review it and then answer questions about it. So that overall is XAI's Grok. Now this is Grok 2.0. And again, this was released in August. There's a new version that's supposed to be coming out at the very end of December or at the beginning of January. That's what the rumors are saying, at least. So we'll see. And the rumors are expressing that this is going to be a major new powerful AI that's out there, comparable to OpenAI and what they've been pushing out. So enhancements in reasoning, enhancements in capability, lots of things going on. The big thing here is I want you to be aware of this. Put this on your radar that Grok is out there and it is accessible. I've tried it and here's the demonstrations for it. So it is powerful. It is very usable. So if you run out of access to whatever favorite one you have, definitely give Grok a try to see about its capabilities, to see if it works well for you. There's a lot going on there. It does use a lot of data from Twitter, but it has all sorts of features so that you can eliminate that. You can stop that so that your data is more private. It's just a simple settings aspect there. So it does control your information so that it doesn't resell it. It doesn't do anything negative with it. So it's a pretty secure system that way. And the big thing here is that it doesn't have as much of the guardrails as some of the other AIs. So take that for good or bad, but the thing is that it'll give you more information. It does have guardrails. It's not going to create all sorts of inappropriate things, but it will give you more information because the guardrails are much less than, say, the other ones. That's an aspect of what they're trying to do with it, meaning that it's more open, more free speech type of thing. So that's the idea behind it. Again, this is there for you to test out. I strongly recommend going and checking it out because now it is free on some level for some limited access freeness, but it is very useful. I've used it a couple of times and it's very helpful. Again, one of the big things that I recommend is that when you're using an AI, try multiple AIs, compare the different results so that you can see what works best and what can give you the best response overall for the task that what you're using it for. All right, good stuff. This is, again, another powerful tool for you. I hope you got a lot out of this. Please like and share so that we can continue to develop our community of practice. Put in the comments what your thoughts are. Have you used this before? Have you used Grok? Do you find it comparable to ChatGPT? So let's discuss this in the comments and learn from one another. And remember, learning is for life.